Hey guys, welcome back to Off the Wall. I'm Mike. I know, new angle, new look. Oh my God, it's so fancy. How's it going? Today I'm here to talk once again about the Orville New Horizons episode 7. This episode was kind of a palate cleanser. I know I said that about last week, but this one even more so. There was a lot more humor in this episode, but it never felt out of place or irreverent or excessive. It felt organic and natural to the characters, to the show. It was great humor. Laughed so hard at a lot of the jokes they had. We also had some truly wonderful moments of emotion and storytelling and character development. There wasn't like any particular subplot with this show that, or this episode rather, that wasn't enjoyable. They're continuing to finally develop and do more with Charlie Burke's character and her feelings towards Isaac and the Kalons. We're starting to see those walls come down a little bit, which is what I've been asking for, which is what I've been wanting, and I'm glad we're finally getting that. Um, Everything that we had with this, with what is his name, Thistle or Thician or something like that. Regardless, the emotional Kalon and learning a lot about the Kalon's backstory. There wasn't as much allegory in this episode as we've had in recent weeks. There was some, and that was kind of dealt with kind of the main plot. I don't even really know if it was the main plot. It was really more of a subplot, but with this alien race that the Union was trying to ally themselves with, it was a heavily matriarchal society that really saw men as nothing more than just subservient things. There lots of plenty of allegory in that plot. That's also where a great deal of the humor came from as well. It was just some great moments with that. But the story of where the Kalons came from, how they came to be, we knew from season 2 that they had killed their creators, but we didn't really know why. And we learned a lot. And it was, I mean, even for as much of a fairly lighthearted episode as this one was, it was still a pretty dark and brutal story of how the Kalons came to be. They were created for servitude. It reminded me a lot of that movie Bicentennial Man with Robin Williams, the way that he was this android kind of just created to be a servant. And whereas in that movie, his growth and development and quest for knowledge was more or less encouraged. In this one, it was seen as a problematic, faulty software that just turned into just outright. I mean, it was clearly an allegory for slavery. I mean, through and through. And the way they were treated, talking about how they were belittled and humiliated and then mocked for being humiliated. It was really, I mean, it was deep stuff. But it was in that moment we finally also got to see Charlie's walls coming down a little bit. And she has a moment with Isaac at the end of the episode that was a nice moment. It's not just the be all end all. Okay, I love Kalons now, but it was that moment of her finally kind of, um, Isaac's been pulling and pulling and trying to kind of get her more on his side. And this is the first time we've really seen her kind of give a little bit with that. And then also with Isaac too, there's this great subplot involving him and Claire, and um, they're kind of redeveloping their relationship again. And um, Isaac is able to have this procedure done to feel human emotions for the first time, and he's able to do this for Claire because he wants to, and also because he knows it's kind of this next step in evolution for him. So it's kind of a win-win. He gets to learn more and experience new things, which is kind of what he was designed to do. And he gets to give Claire kind of what she's been wanting from their relationship. Granted, it's tragically not to be, because his programming is so much more advanced than this other Kalon that it can't stick. But um the moments with emotional Isaac and Claire are so heartwarming. He's like, I love you. I want to be there for you. I want to be the father figure for your boys that they've kind of wanted me to be, but I've never been able to provide them. I want to give you everything. They dance, he kisses her, and then it just goes away. And you feel your heart kind of fall into your stomach when that happens. It was such a great episode, a great moment with Isaac and Claire. We've also got this really funny subplot going on with Lamar and Tala, and how there's kind of been this weird attraction romance developing. And in this episode, it's kind of a running gag subplot that every time they try to have sex, because she's so super strong, she ends up breaking his bones. Like, he breaks an arm and a rib and a leg. And she wants to just kind of end the relationship because she's like, I love you, but I'm gonna get you hurt and I don't want to keep hurting you. And they try to make it work, and then it ends with them just crying in bed. And we zoom out and see Lamar is just 10 different kinds of fucked up. He spits out teeth. He looks like he just went like 10 rounds with Tyson. I really hope this is not the end of their relationship, because I actually think it brings a great amount of clever comedy. I really do. But also, like, it was just really funny. Like, I mean, it was objectively really funny. Like I said, this episode kind of harkened back a little bit more to like the first and second seasons, where there's a little bit more humor to go with the story, but it was not for, like, the increase in humor did not lessen the weight of the story that was being told, or stories. There's a lot of stories in this episode being told. It's kind of one of those episodes like you used to have in Star Trek, particularly The Next Generation, where there wasn't necessarily any real great big thing going on. Everything was a ship in a bottle episode is what they used to call them, where everything's just taking place on the ship. Not a whole lot of interstellar travel or outside things. It's just, we're on the ship, and it's just kind of it's an episode full of subplots is what it is. And there's nothing wrong with that when you've got again, they're doing these longer episodes, and it's a great way to really develop characters. You don't always need to have overarching plot lines to develop characters. You can just have these ship in a bottle episodes where we just spend some time with these people and get to know them a little bit more and see them develop some more. And it was a great episode for that. Just a really fantastic episode. Really haven't announced it yet, but I really, really hope this show gets picked up for a fourth season. I'm loving this season so much, and I really want it to keep going, because if this is the kind of thing Seth MacFarlane can give us with this show, I want as much of this show as I can possibly get. So let me know what you guys thought down in the comments. Did you love this episode too? Or how are you feeling about the Orville season 3? You can also let us know on Twitter. All our Twitter stuff's down in the description. Make sure you like this video and subscribe to our channel. We'll be back again next time with more Orville reviews. And until then, guys, take care. Bye.